Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. EQOA Nostalgia here, and I barely just got most of this first cup of coffee down, so you'll have to excuse me if I'm a little a little out of it. But I logged in immediately to see the comments on my video, and people are hyped, man. And somebody's asking me, they're like, "Hey, what's going on with the Sandstorm server?" Like, I tried to log in like a week or two ago, and I couldn't log in. So I went to check and see. Well, it's been up for like 2,000 hours, hasn't it? And I go and I click on the page, and lo and behold, this is here. Update December 2023. We got an update tab, folks. Yeah, baby. All right, let's check this out. December 2023 level cap raised to 10. Loot tables. Data imported from EQOA Prima's official strategy guide. Excel table provided by Elutra. A separate list for each biome: swamp, plains, wetlands, wraith mountains, marine, mountain, red desert, wastelands, forest, desert, arctic, deep jungle. Man, I didn't realize we had so many biomes. That's interesting. A bit over 3,000 items total. Man. 4 drop rates: common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare. Loot is based on the biome of the NPC's spawn position. Terraria only. Quad zones as defined by Elutra. Seen also on the map if zoomed enough. Okay, let's take a look at this map right quick. And you can see these zones now if you zoom in enough. Oh, okay. I see what he's... Okay, so it's the little zone line. So this has been updated too, folks. So if you've ever used this map, you're going to notice that this has been updated. This now says Oasis Desert. And this just says Random Desert. So this is telling you the biome underneath and the zone name, right? You got to really zoom in to see that, though. It'd be cool if it was right about here where you could start to see that, because, yeah, it can be kind of a pain in the butt to drag it. I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't complain. I can't believe they got all this in here. Wow. Like, just looking at how they've updated the map, dude. All right, back to the updates. This is my first time looking at this, by the way, so... Yeah, we're going through this together, folks. All NPCs should now have the generic table in addition to the biome-based table. Items with level requirement more than 1 above your current level shouldn't drop anymore. Drop rates are now quite high for testing purposes. Common, 40%. Uncommon, 10%. Rare, 1%. Ultra rare, 0.1%. Man. So yeah, that's about what I remember on a lot of the drops. If you remember, Michelle Butler was talking about how they added so many items that the way that they made stuff drop, it just got kind of ridiculous. Which, honestly, I really like that. It just adds longevity to the game. Yeah, is it grindy? Yeah, but it's just cool, man. Currently, level, race, class restrictions of equipable items aren't enforced to allow testing. For this reason, some equipped items may appear unequipped. No green background in inventory. Interesting. Item stats shown in character menu. Ooh, we got stats to see now. Damage formula provided by IMT Kane here. Okay. Let's take a look at this real quick. But I don't want to lose my position like I did last time. Let's do that. Oh boy, alright. My head's spinning just looking at all these numbers, man. We got, okay. Interesting. So somebody's worked out some of the math on this stuff. And this is the stuff that's really, in my opinion, this is the stuff that's extremely difficult to implement. Now, I know that questing is a pain in the butt, but all the math that goes behind, like, every time you level up, your stats bump up, etc., that's got to be tough to get that going. You know, I've never been great with math, so maybe that's just me. I don't know. Level diff capped to give more reasonable values for testing. Level diff capped. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. Weapon level probably means the level required to use, question mark. And the formula is set to the player's level if they're too low. Stats used in the above formula should now be calculated from the character's base stats and equipment. Character's base stamina and equipment additions affect maximum HP, as explained here. Portal Master has a quest. What? The Portal Master in Darver Manor, who I think is based off of Innerrock, right? He's got a quest, mainly to test the interaction editor. Awards an ultra rare item. No level considered for now. Okay, so if you go through this Portal Master quest, you're going to get something ultra rare. I don't know if you can do it over and over again or not. Started on a pet system. Yes! Bro, I understand that pathing is a pain in the ass in these games, and even for like normal developers, they struggle with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? People who are hired within the industry, they struggle to do pet pathing, and from what I've heard, they're starting to kind of leave that off more and more, which stinks. As revealed in the quest, saying Hep will spawn a pet that can tank or heal. So yeah, that's pretty much a given, right? Because if you can spawn that pet, it's gonna follow you. It's not gonna fall through the terrain or anything, I don't think. Sandstorm control panel has an editor for items, for item lists, loot tables, quest loots, maybe merchants. Not very easy to use at the moment, but was used to place quest drops. Okay, I see. So they used their tool. They brought that out for us to take a look at. Sandstorm control panel also has an interaction editor that can produce interactions from simple one-liners to quests, missing things, but it was used for the current quests. Started Lua scripting system compatible with Project Return Home, but had to remove it because license issues prevented Sandstorm using their scripts. What? What the like, I literally want to swear right now. What? Licensing issues with the Lua? And they had to get rid of that? What, man? Freeport starter quest by Elutra, now partially implemented with the SCP interaction editor. Okay, so Freeport starter quests, not just the mage starter quest. So if you start in Freeport, well, partially implemented now. Sweet. Some quest item drops added to enable the Freeport quest, working to some extent. Quest item rewards not yet written in. Quest states aren't currently saved to database, so you can complete quests again after re-login, which I'm sure if you log out mid-quest, it scarfs your progress, so watch out. Also, if you hit the escape key, a lot of times it'll close the editor, or the emulator, and there is actually like a patch you can use. I haven't used it in years that stops that from happening. I don't usually hit escape. I'm going to warn you now, though, if you're typing, don't escape out. Just like delete whatever it is and hit enter, because you will close your game. And that will suck if you're on a quest. New players, world greetings from Elutra's Excel. Shown every login now for testing, partially imported. Under construction and consideration. Some item handling bugs were fixed, but apparently you may still get a problem happened while equipping error. Logging out and in resolves this. Yeah, that happens with quite a few things I've noticed. Sometimes you'll go to like Plane of Sky and the NPCs won't be there, you know, the dragon or whatever, it won't be there. You have to log and log back in. Sometimes other characters, you know, other player characters will be invisible, and you have to do that. I've seen it in server logs, but haven't been able to reproduce it lately. If you can find a consistent way of producing the error, please let me know. It happens when the server and client have a different idea about the items or their order in the inventory, i.e. somehow get their inventories into sync. So he's looking for people to test this for him. So if you guys are bored, here you go. Now, I know a lot of you guys hop into alphas and betas and all this stuff. Well, this is our baby, man. Hop in and just start testing it. See what you can break, see what kind of information you can provide. It looks like they're interested in that now, so that's cool. Attack speed is now about the same for everyone and every weapon except a bit faster for pets. What should it be? According to this, perhaps just a hard-coded value based on character type. Interesting. Bows and thrown weapons not implemented. No idea yet as to fire rate, range, damage, possibly required protocol details, etc. Haven't even checked if any documentation exists on these things. Yeah, there, like, so much stuff was lost, dude, when they pulled the plug. I'm not happy about it, you know? Obviously. It's like, I don't know, it's so weird to me that people can spend all this time creating something and it's just there to be a cash cow, and once it's over, they just delete it. Like, all that work, all the quests and everything, dude, they just deleted it. That pisses me off. Loot tables. Items were matched by names listed in the Prima Guide. Not all items were found in the current database, and some possibly had several matches. In these cases, the item hasn't been added to loot tables. The loot tables don't have below common junk. Did such exist in the game? I have no memory. Below common junk? No, I don't think it was, that was it. That was bottom of the barrel. I don't think anything went under that, if that's what he means. The current item database seems to contain over 4,000 items that aren't on any of the loot tables. Interesting. Some items seem to have 0 max HP, are eternally broken. Eternally? That's not good. Some items seem to have 0 max HP, are eternally broken. In the items database, question mark, some don't have any model ID defined, so they aren't visible when equipped. Well, at least it's not a question mark, right? I'll never forget seeing the question mark sword in somebody's hand and thinking, oh, that's got to be like an ultra rare, because it had a tail. To this very day, all I see is like tails from Sonic the Hedgehog's tail flipping around. That's what it looked like to me. Spells/abilities. No updates since the first batch sent by IMTKane, I think. I should probably start working on that sometime. NPC stats, HPs, ACs, etc. are currently pretty random. For many of them, I use level-based formula I saw somewhere. Okay. Nerdy stuff I don't understand. With a guesstimated multiplier, XP granted from a mob comes from a similar formula. So, folks, yeah, I think it's safe to say Xylov is back. I'm wondering what brought him back. I'm a little curious about it. Actually, Rec left a comment on my recent video, and I'm like, do you have any idea why he came back? Like, what's going on? What caused him to spring into action? Because this is awesome, man. And he mentioned that if he's going off of the stuff that they already have, it goes up to like 60. So this is the stuff they worked on Hagley, I believe. And that'll eventually go up to 60. So for now, the cap is at 10, which is awesome. I mean, it's really cool. So I think the first things that they really need to get working here is just like all the mathematical stuff. You got to get the stats, how they scale with level, what kind of stats are on equipment, that sort of thing. Pet pathing, it seems like it's already worked out, which is just kind of blows my mind because I was pretty sure they were struggling with that. But yeah, there's a lot of work going into it now, and I mean there always was. It's just we weren't seeing it being implemented, right? It wasn't being pushed out onto the server. And after he left like 3 years ago, I just been kind of sitting on my hands waiting for him to come back. Now, I do know that there's other people that are working on Return Home, so I'm not entirely certain what this is all about. I don't know if he's just trying to give us something to do for now, and then later on we'll be working on that, or if there's a little bit of a friendly competition going on here to race to be the first server out. Now, that I would like, as long as it's a friendly competition and things don't get ugly, because I've seen private servers get nasty, where one group is fighting the other group, and it's just ugly. I covered the Return of Reckoning, I think it was, the Warhammer server, and people still pile into that video to tell me how toxic the devs were and this and that. So private servers can definitely go bad, and that would be like my worst nightmare for EQOA, as if there were people that were arguing, and this one was making their server, and this guy over here is making his, and this is my work, screw you, I want the credit, that kind of thing, and it starts to get ugly. If that ever happens, I'm going to be devastated. So hopefully there is a bit of a competition going on between the two servers, because that's a healthy thing, and it pushes things along a little bit faster, but I want it to be friendly. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Nobody tells me anything. All right, I'm just a dude with a YouTube channel. I try to keep people updated. Ever since I was pushed out of the Discord, I don't know shit. If I don't come to this website and look at it, nobody tells me. Nobody sends me messages on social media anywhere. So that's awesome. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You guys know how it went with me. A while back, I started preaching on Christianity and against all the things happening in this world with the government, and I lost a whole bunch of people. Not a ton of people, but a significant amount, and kind of pushed me out of the inner circle, it seems like. Some people still talk to me, though, so that's cool. That's cool. I'm not sensitive about that or anything. I'm fine. Coffee. Coffee. Anyway, I'm gonna get my second cup of coffee now. I'm gonna upload this video. Hopefully you guys are hyped over this because this is pretty cool, man. This is pretty friggin' cool. And this comes at a time where the missus and I need it. As I've mentioned before, she's got 3 lumps in her neck. Please pray for her. We have no idea what they are. The doctors are concerned. She has survived cancer twice now, dude. So yeah, this is something that the both of us need just to take our minds off of things. And hopefully once we figure out what's going on with her, hopefully it's nothing serious. Please continue to pray for her if you've been doing so. God bless. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button. Leave a comment. It really helps with the algorithm. Click that notification bell if you haven't subscribed yet. God bless. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.